So the time has come for me to finally review my top picks for this year's MUP. After following them for almost 3 months, everything will come to an end later tonight as we witness the crowning of the next Miss Universe Philippines. So who will it be, guys? Sino sa tingin nyo? To be honest, this year's race is such a wide open one as there is no single lady who is emerging as the clear-cut frontrunner, as I am seeing 10 to 12 ladies who could be this year's new Miss Universe Philippines. So here are my top 12 picks for the title this year. At number 12 is Christiana Salcedo from Marinduque. You know, this girl really has the X factor going for her, and I really feel bad that no one has been noticing about her. Her Filipina beauty has been shining all along or all throughout from the very beginning of the competition. She talks the walk, she walks the talk, and has been enjoying every single minute of her time here in Miss Universe Philippines. Face-wise, ang amo ng mukha niya. And in terms of body proportions, she reminds me of Venus Ra. And there is something about her that makes you take a second look on her. And it all started during the runway challenge. From there, she has been nailing all her outings quite impressively. So, yeah, I like her. Na kung ako lang masusunod, all she has to do is tone down her hand movements if ever she gets to perform in the evening gown round, as I find it quite a bit too much. But overall, I really like her so much. And now we go to my 11th spot, and I'm giving it to Caeli Half from Pasig City. If there's one lady who I secretly admire from the distance, it's this woman. All I know about her is that she is a great Q&A mentor, but other than that, I really don't know anything else about her, or how would she even fare when it comes to catwalk. However, surprisingly, she has passed muster in presenting herself since the very beginning of the competition. And I think her preliminary competition performance is the culmination of the learnings and improvement that she has achieved in this aspect of the competition. Nakita niyo naman, it's much more improved now compared to her last outing. Nakita niyo yung catwalk niya, na she's really owning it, and she looks so confident on stage, which I love because you feel that she is having so much fun on stage. Caeli knows her weaknesses, so she has addressed it one by one with her styling and constant catwalk training. And who could ever forget her turn during the preliminary interview? She was so relatable there, a trait which you wouldn't associate given her strong facial features and background. And for all the efforts that she has done to transform herself here in MUP, I really feel a top 16 call is a well-deserved placement for her in this competition. And now we go to my top 10, and number 10 on my list here is Ramos from Eastern Samar. She is also one lady I would not mind placing high. I really love the fact that Irish has been working silently to make us notice her, and it has really paid big time. For me, she is really the quiet and serene type of beauty who would just give a killer punch in everything that she does on stage. So nagugulat talaga tayo every time that she comes out. She speaks well too, but at this point, even if I like her so much, I would really want her to come out with a killer performance when it comes to her showmanship on stage. Kasi napansin ko, she tends to be a little bit shy and reserved when it comes to posing or executing her moves on stage. And I just want her to give more. I want her to have more spunk when she performs. I want her to own it. Kasi napansin nyo, she is also demure, and that's why I want her to put in another pageant instead. And now we go to my 9th spot, and I'm giving it to CJ Opiozza from Zambales. I know this is such a low position for her, and I'm only putting her in this spot, but I also secretly want her to win, and I don't mind her going to Miss Supranational later tonight. We have been captivated by her performances since the very beginning, especially in the catwalk department, and I also love the fact that she has been experimenting with different looks to make us more excited about her foray in the competition. I know some people think that she's better suited for another pageant, but I feel CJ has already reached that level where we can equate her sexiness to a whole new level of classiness. Siguro if there is one aspect I would like her to do well, is that I hope she kills it in the Q&A department. If she comes out with a stronger and more solid or polished Q&A, then we can see her breaking in the top 5. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Janary Sarsosa from Agusan del Norte. When I first met her, she really has the makings of the next it girl in pageantry. She has been very consistent with her styling choices that really complement her height and physique, and I am so blown away. Laban na laban talaga yung performance niya, lalo na during the preliminary competition, na she was really on fire in those 2 segments of the competition, and even became more relatable with her interview skills, especially when she talks about her psoriasis advocacy. Actually, there is nothing to nitpick about her. She knows how to work it, what colors work best for her, speaks very well, she also has a very genuine advocacy. So, I honestly feel she is the ultimate dark horse of this year's competition. So, it will just all boil down to judges' preference later tonight. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Emmanuel Vera from Cebu Province. I am also sad that I am putting her at this spot because I feel she does not deserve this. Emmanuel has been conquering our hearts since her return in pageantry with her gift of gab and beauty. When it came naman to her pasarela skills, she has improved a lot. In fact, she was even fun and flirty with her swimsuit performance and killed it with her evening gown performance. Aura kung aura, and that slow-mo twirl was really extra. But I feel it's something that we have seen from her before, and and at the same time there is no growth attached to it. Na yun lang kasi nakita na natin yun sa kanya before. And I'm glad that she also started addressing her styling issues just in time for the prelims. She now looks more youthful and does not look harsh in her photos. Na she finally found the perfect balance between looking fierce and soft this time around, because sometimes napansin nyo she looks too foreign for me, but now she looks more Filipino. But having this said, nakukulangan pa rin ako sa kanya, as I feel there is, yun nga, as I've said earlier, no growth from her previous pageant outing apart from the styling that we have seen from her lately. So this is the reason why I am putting her at this position. But make no mistake, if she does well in the top 10 and comes up with a killer styling, she can really get in the top 5. Now we go to our next lady, almost but not quite, and I'm giving it to Krishna Gravides from Baguio City. This girl has to be in my top 5 talaga just because of how I remember her the moment I saw her for the first time 3 months ago. My jaw literally dropped the moment I saw her for the first time, and it is something that I will carry up until this day as I evaluate her chances. Her beauty can really stop traffic and could even go head to head with all these Latinas in an international competition. And even if we all want her to win MUP, yeah, I also secretly want her to win, but there are still some things that she still needs to refine. Makapenetrate lang talaga ito sa top 10, pero pag pinagsama-sama mo na siya along with the front runners who are killer communicators, that's when she gets lost. For one, her communication skills still needs more training, and although she can string her thoughts in interviews decently, it's not as impactful as her other competitors. Not unless she pulls off a Nicole Budol stunt where she will speak in Filipino to appear more natural on stage, gets nyo? And for me, that will be okay. And this is her first national pageant, and for sure, still has plenty of time to improve, but it's her inconsistent styling choices that has been a head scratcher for me. One day she looks great, the next day she looks underwhelming, and during the preliminary competition, she wasn't able to score a home run for me with her styling there. So if her stylists can really sit down and talk about it amongst themselves to come out with a look that is uniquely hers, then please finally bring it out tonight. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 on my list here is, I love her so much, Samantha Pandillo from Cavite. I am just so happy to be putting her in this spot because Samantha really deserves to be up here. I am putting her in this position because I feel she has done nothing wrong since she threw her hat in the pageant ring again. Looks wise, she has been serving a clean look one after the other that have mesmerized me talaga. Ang linis-linis ng styling, and her winning streak continued during the preliminary competition. That walk and turn during the swim was something I am totally digging for. You know how it is that she is, napapansin nyo kung pinapanood nyo, you know how it is that she is exercising some restraint on her catwalk, but you still feel the fire in her with those turns, twirls, and poses, na she is serving us without serving too much, gets nyo? You know what I mean? And only a pageant veteran could execute something like that. Kasi for me talaga, ibang-iba talaga ang presence ni Samantha dito sa MUP regardless of how we feel about her height or previous track record in pageantry. The moment she hits the stage, all our reservations immediately disappear. Suddenly, walang-wala na sa kanya yung mga girls na 5'9 or 5'10 with her stage presence alone pa lang, na she makes you immediately a believer when she is on stage, and you could not help but root for her. Kasi for me, siya lang talaga among the in my top 5 who has really truly mastered those facial transitions. Now, when it comes to her speaking skills naman, there is also nothing to nitpick as everything is flawless. However, the competition is so stiff, and if my top 3 won't watch it out, then Samantha can easily overtake their positions. And now we go to my 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Kalisa Castro from Davao Oriental. I have loved this lady from the moment I saw her during the submission of application forms 3 months ago, and I thought, wow, this lady could slay it too, and throughout the entire competition, she has been doing it. Her showmanship talaga is really up there, aided by her great communication skills and genuine advocacy. She really lights up the room talaga with her smile and communication skills, and when she does something, it always comes across as natural and hindi calculated. The way she smiles and walks, everything is just so fluid, and there is just some, kung napansin nyo rin, there is just some nativity about her that I can't explain, that takes my breath away whenever she performs on stage. However, the only reason why I'm putting her on this spot on my as my 4th placer is because I have been underwhelmed by her styling choices in most of her outings in this year's edition. During the preliminary competition, although she killed it in swim and came out with a Miss Universe-worthy performance, her gown styling left me underwhelmed. So I hope she can really style herself more youthful later tonight. She seems to have a penchant for sporting high buns, and I get that, as she wants probably to have a sleek look in the competition. But for this aspect of the competition, I hope she can counter it with the softness of her wardrobe, as even the gown that she wore during the preliminary competition was too stiff for me. So for me, styling is the only issue about Kalisa, that I have an issue about Kalisa right now. And I know it's so minor, but if you are competing in a cutthroat competition like MUP, then all these little details should matter. And finally, we go to my top 3. And number 3 on my list is Surprise Michelle D from Makati City. When she announced to the whole world, or to the universe rather, that she would be joining MUP again, I got excited because I couldn't wait for all these new things or pasabogs that she would be showcasing to us about her transformation compared to her previous outing. However, she left us all disappointed. From her looks down to her catwalk skills, there has been nothing new to showcase. And for someone like her who is a pageant veteran, much is really expected. Talaga. Her preliminary performance was much better compared to her previous outings in this year's edition. But is it a performance that is enough to win the Miss Universe Philippines crown this year? I feel I might have to say no. Actually, it pains me to put Michelle in this position, but it is what it is. But I just hope that she can really improve her catwalk for the finals. Yun na lang talaga ang kailangan niya talagang ayusin. Na wala yan sa buhok niya, sa makeup, or sa gown. It will really all boil down to her catwalk. But you know what, guys? If Michelle ends up winning later, then I really don't mind, because you know why? She is the type of candidate who will make you question all your decisions and still would make sense, if you know what I mean. Kasi if in our heart of hearts, we secretly rooted for Rabia to win 3 years ago, biglang pwede palang maging option si Bella Ismael. Or the year after, wherein Maureen Robowitz would have won too had it not been for Katrina and Steffi lording our phone screens that time. Because if we are to base it from what the mother organization is looking for, then Michelle could also perfectly fit the bill. And now we go to my runner-up for this year's MUP, and I'm giving it to Angelique Manto from Pampanga. If we want a fresh-faced lady to represent us in Miss Universe, then I want Angelique to win. Truth be told, she was the only girl who gave me life during the preliminary competition from morning till evening that day. Iba talaga ang atake ng babaeng to. During that time, it floored me that she had so many pasabogs waiting for us, and she was unleashing it slow one after the other with so much aplomb. And I still can't forget her evening gown performance where she wore this sexy black cut-out gown, which I really feel elevated her showmanship to the next level. Like she's really the game changer. And her preliminary interview was one of the best, if not the best. She was natural, giving out all these solid, clear, and concise answers just by using simple words. But I know some of you might be raising your eyebrows. Why am I only putting her as high? Why I'm putting her as high as number 2, considering her lack of power when she does her catwalk on stage? But I feel it's something that can easily be remedied if she gets the crown. Looks-wise, there is still so much to polish about this lady too, and I feel we have plenty of time to improve her on this aspect. So, diba? She kind of reminds me of Ariela's time during her Binibining Pilipinas team. Yung pagka-unpolished niya, tapos nakita natin yung slowly but surely yung slow transformation niya until she finally got to Russia. And that's what I'm seeing with Angelique right now. Now, if she won't be able to go to Miss Universe, because I'm only putting her at this spot, then maybe Miss Charm could be an option. And now we go to my MUP this year. And yes, you are guessing it right. Pauline M from Bohol. Yes, guys, you are hearing it right. Yes, I want Pauline M to win Miss Universe later tonight, and I don't mind if she's a repeater. It's about time we crown her for all her efforts she has done in improving herself in the past 3 years that she has been competing, and this is not a pity party for her. Nakita nyo naman, during the preliminary competition, she was really glowing from start to finish. Not just during that event, but during the entire competition. That itself is already a sign of a transformation or growth because she is offering something new to us. Her newfound confidence, pasarela skills, which we haven't seen from her before. Now she just looks more confident on stage now. The facial transitions, the turns, even the sarong flips at the start, and her toned body, you could definitely see the new things that she has incorporated to make her performance a more fiery one. The Pauline we are seeing right now is so different, a complete world away from her previous outings where she looks so stiff and unpolished. Her press presentation performance was really the defining moment of her time here in MUP na nakita nyo, kasi if you will compare it to her performance at the same time last year, na nakita nyo sobrang hirap siyang i-manipulate yung sarong niya, but now this year you can feel that she already uses it with so much ease na ibang-iba na siya ngayon. Her glides are different and she looks more assured and confident with her body now. Now, if only she can really come out with a winning look for the finals, then this will be so amazing. I say this because no matter how I try to extol Pauline to high heavens right now, she has not really gotten her winning